They, and when I mean they, I mean those who rule this country, those who make changes, those who make policies, are no longer hiding who they're affiliated with and who they are. They are becoming more bolder by no longer keeping their ties, their affiliations, and their agendas hidden deep in the shadows. Just take a look at Maui. Maui was one of the biggest in-your-face crimes we have ever seen. But they have never been more bolder than to show us why they needed something done. You could see it with the Maui 2030 agenda, Hili Mai 2040. The governor was having interviews, getting on the news, telling us how he wanted Maui to be the first clean green city. When these people did not want to sell their lands, just by a stroke of luck, climate change kicks in. Just by coincidence, climate change kicks in and makes these people leave. A massive wildfire breaks out, but just not that. The water was deliberately shut off. Sirens were deliberately turned off. And these people were deliberately blocked from leaving. We're being shown this on camera. We're being told this is what they did. They told us they turned the water off to conserve water during a massive wildfire. During September 2001, they did all they could to blame it on the countries in the Middle East. They even left behind wallets that were in pristine condition found in the rubble that belonged to the hijackers. It really took a couple years into the war for us to say, something doesn't look right here. The official narrative just does not sound right. Especially when they started to say that Iraq had WMDs, yet they didn't have the receipts. They had no proof. And then from there, it was a whole tour of destruction throughout the Middle East. When it came to Maui, it really took us less than 48 hours for us to see the BS, for us to see that this was nothing more than a land grab. Just due to how sloppy they were in hiding their actions. I don't know really anybody that believes the official narrative that this was climate change, that this was natural. And if you do happen to believe that this was natural, that this was climate change, you must be so deep asleep, there is no waking you up. It is really terrifying how careless they have become. They have not cared to begin with, but now they do not care what is deep in the shadows or what is shown in the public. But it's not just their agendas. Like I said, they're also showing us who they're affiliated with and who they have become. You have that European country that begins with the letter U, ask Marina Abramovich to be their ambassador. Not only being an ambassador, but also being involved in rebuilding schools and having a heavy involvement with children, which is very terrifying because she does practice high-level occultism, high-level dark arts. She does what is known as spirit cooking. Now, I'm not going to show the videos as an example, but if you are curious, all you have to do is Google this woman and spirit cooking, and you will see how evil, how dark and twisted these rituals are that she performs. And you have to ask yourself, what are her credentials to be an ambassador besides performing these horrific evil rituals? She's taking actual blood, which they say is pig blood, but come on, we all know it's human blood, and she's writing words and symbols. She's writing these curses with actual blood. And yet it's considered to be normal because they label it under the guise of art. It's only art. So now we have a high-level occultic woman become the ambassador of that country. And then on the 23rd, we had New York City's Mayor Eric Adams and City Police Commissioner Edward Caban become Master Masons in a secret ceremony. Except it wasn't so secret because it's now all over the news. I remember there was a time when our politicians hid their affiliations with these secret societies. But no longer is it a secret. Times have changed. It is no longer a conspiracy theory. Matter of fact, the Prince Hall Masonic Temple, also known as African American Freemasonry, posted the photos of the event on its Facebook page over the weekend and celebrated Adams' ascension. Now, one can say this is the Black Freemasonry. It's different than the Freemasons, the high-level elite Freemasons that control the world. There are low-level Freemasons. You may see Freemasons driving around your city, driving around your town. You may see different lodges. And you'll sometimes see it because they have the square and compass on their car. You'll see the square and compass on buildings. But once you hit that certain echelon, the 31st degree Masonry, the 32nd degree Masonry, and especially the 33rd degree Masonry, you have become what is known as an ascended being. Once you hit that certain level, once you are a part of that 33rd degree Masonry, you're no longer of that order, you're no longer of that lodge. You are now considered a part of something higher. You are now shown different teachings. You are now shown as to who they believe, which they believe is the Luciferian doctrine, and they believe that the true God is Lucifer. They start to follow the teachings of 33rd degree Mason General Albert Pike, who has stated, yes, Lucifer is God. And these are the teachings no matter if you're black, white, or whatever order you're from, as long as you're that high level Mason, that Master Mason, these are the teachings that you must learn. And one of the main principles of Freemasonry, of these high level elite Freemasons, is that there's order out of chaos. And we have been seeing a lot of chaos in New York City. They are enlightened that Lucifer is the god of this earth. Now, like I said, they also follow a lot of the teachings and a lot of the words of General Albert Pike, the 33rd degree Mason, the highest level of Masonry you can possibly be. General Albert Pike was a general in the Confederate Army during the Civil War. And come to find out, he is the only member of the Confederacy to have a statue in his honor outside of Washington, D.C. They were taking down Confederate statues left and right across America, but they decided to still keep this 33rd degree Mason statue still up in Washington. It wasn't until 2020 that protesters toppled his statue, but his monument is still there. Like I said, he is the only Confederate that is honored in Washington, D.C., and I wonder why. Mayor Adams, his duty is to serve the public, it is to serve the people. As well, the New York Police Commissioner. The New York Police Commissioner has to serve the public. But with them now being 33rd degree Masons, their duty is to the Brotherhood. They must serve the Brotherhood and oblige. Who are these politicians going to serve? The public or those they have sworn to? These Master Masons have to do whatever the Brotherhood asks of them. They have to take a part of these weird and strange rituals so they can be blackmailed. If for whatever reason a Master Mason was to ever separate themselves from their sworn secrecy, then this blackmail can be used against them and ruin their lives. Freemasonry has no political lines. You can have those who are Republicans and Democrats belong to Freemasonry, and at the end of the day, they must follow the orders of the Brotherhood. So when you get out there and you rush to make sure a Republican does not get into office, when you get out there and rush to make sure a Democrat does not get into office, at the end of the day, they're not going to listen to you anyway. They are listening to the orders of the Brotherhood. That's why when somebody asks me what my political beliefs are, whether I'm right-wing or left-wing, I tell them it really doesn't matter, because these wings belong to the same bird. At the end of the day, it's these secret societies that has the final say as to what happens to this world. Back in 2004, you had George Bush Jr. and John Kerry running against each other for presidency. One is Republican, one is Democrat. But inside the shadows, hidden underneath it all, both of these men are bonesmen. They both belong to Skull and Bones.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go
I'm
on.
sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the web.
Number 322?
First of all, he's not the nominee. And, look, I look forward...
Are you prepared to lose?
No, I'm not going to lose.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code?
I wish there were something secret I could manifest.
322, a secret number?
There are all kinds of secrets, Tim, but one thing is not a secret. I disagree with this president's direction that he's taking the country. We can do a better job, and I intend to do it.
And we'll be watching. Be safe on the campaign trail. John Kerry, thanks for joining us. And we'll be right back.
So this Saturday, you had New York City's mayor and police commissioner pledge their loyalty to the Brotherhood and Lucifer. Now, I'm going to end this video showing how New York City's mayor spent his Saturday, how your tax dollars were spent. This is the oath one must take in order to become a Master Mason. And I want you to tell me after watching this, is his loyalty to the people, those who voted him into power, or is his loyalty to the Brotherhood?
I'll continue with a presentation of the rituals of Freemasonry by going into the third degree obligation of a Mason. Behind me, to the left, is where the Worshipful Master sits. I am the Worshipful Master of the Lodge, and over his head is a symbol, the letter G. And here we have the three lesser lights of Freemasonry. Before us, we have an altar. And the altar is a color blue because it represents fidelity to the Masonic Order. To the right of me, we have the candidate for Freemasonry in the third degree. He has a blue uniform on, which also represents fidelity. He's hoodwinked with a cable tow about his neck. In case he decides he does not want to keep the secrets of Freemasonry or continue with the obligation, he can be led or dragged out by use of the cable tow. He also is kneeling upon an altar with both knees naked, a symbol of the third degree of Freemasonry, both breast and both knees naked. To my left is an officer of the lodge who will administer the obligation in the third degree. In the middle of the altar we have the Holy Bible, the square and the compasses, the three great lights of Freemasonry.
Mr. Smith, repeat your name and say after me, I, your name,
Mr. Smith,
of my own free will and accord,
of my own free will and accord,
in the presence of Almighty God,
in the presence of Almighty God,
and this right worshipful lodge,
and this right worshipful lodge,
erected to him, and dedicated to the holy Saints John,
and dedicated to the holy Saints John,
do hereby and hereon, solemnly and sincerely, promise and swear, I will always hail, forever conceal, and never reveal, any of the secret arts, parts or points, of the Master Mason Lodge, which have been, may now, or shall hereafter, be communicated to me, and charged as such, to any person in the world, except it be, to a true and lawful, brother Master Mason, or in a legally constituted, Master Mason Lodge, and not unto him, nor them therein, until after due trial, strict examination, or lawful information, I may have found them, legally entitled, to receive the same. I furthermore promise and swear, I will stand to and abide by, the rules and regulations of the Master Mason Lodge, of which I may be a member, as also the Constitution, resolutions, rules and edicts, of the Grand Lodge, to which I may be, beholden, if within the length of my cable tow. That means, my brother, if I'm able to do so. I furthermore promise and swear, I will aid and assist, all poor distressed brother Master Masons, their widows and orphans, wheresoever dispersed, I knowing them to be such. I further promise and swear, I will answer and obey, all due signs and summonses, sent me from a regular Master Mason Lodge, or handed me by a brother Master Mason. I furthermore promise and swear, I will keep the secrets of a brother Master Mason, when communicated to, and received by me, and charged as such. Murder and treason, alone accepted, and these left to my election,
elections.
I furthermore promise and swear
I furthermore promise and swear
I will not cheat,
I will not cheat,
defraud
defraud
a brother Master Mason,
a brother Master Mason,
speak evil of his good name
speak evil of his good name
or that of his family,
or that of his family,
or allow the same to be done by others
or allow the same to be done to others,
if in my power to prevent.
in my power to prevent.
I furthermore promise and swear
I furthermore promise and swear
I will not violate the chastity
I will not violate the chastity
of a brother Master Mason's wife,
of brother Master Mason's wife,
mother, sister, or daughter, nor suffer the same to be done
nor suffer the same or be done
by others if in my power to prevent.
within my power to prevent.
I furthermore promise and swear
I furthermore promise and swear
I will not be at the making
I will not be at the making
of a woman a Mason,
of a woman a Mason,
an old man in his dotage,
an old man in his dotage,
a young man underage,
a young man underage,
a fool, a madman, or suffer the same to be done by others
or suffer the same to be done by others
within my power to prevent.
within my power to prevent.
I furthermore promise and swear
I furthermore promise and swear
I will not sit
I will not sit
in a clandestine
lodge of Masons,
nor hold converse
nor hold converse
upon the secrets of masonry with a clandestinely made Mason,
with a clandestine Mason,
nor one suspended or expelled from a regular lodge, I knowing him to be such. I furthermore promise and swear I will not communicate the Grand Masonic Word except in the way and manner in which I received it, and then only in a low breath. To all of which I solemnly and sincerely promise and swear to keep and perform the same without any equivocation, mental reservation, or secret evasion of mind, in me whatever. Binding myself under the no less penalty than that of having my body severed in twain, my bowels taken thence, and with my body burned to ashes, and those ashes scattered to the four winds of heaven, so that there might remain name, trace, nor remembrance, no more forever, of so vile a wretch, as I would be, should I ever willingly, or knowingly, violate this, my most solemn obligation, as a Master Mason. So help me God, and keep me steadfast, in the due performance, of the same. Mr. Smith, as an evidence that you took this oath freely and of your own will and accord, please kiss the book before you 3 times. It is the Holy Bible.